Hey guys, this is Ryan coming at you from San Diego, California. I wanted to take this one opportunity. I haven't created one of these videos in a bit, and wanted to talk a little bit about the mindsets that kind of go into betting and gambling. And it's hard to determine what people have a different mindset with. Especially with different betting strategies, you go off of probability. Especially with horse racing, you're looking at a lot of different variables. You're looking at the other different. I look at other people's opinions. I look at the system. I look at the probability, the speed, the body language. Right. There's also a lot of the things, the speed, timing, and history of those things, and how to determine that. And we definitely recommend some of the courses that we have been through and how we made it, as well as other people who have gone from you bet a little bit and they leave with $1,000 that day at the racetrack, and you guys can do that too. But we want to talk a little bit about the mindsets that kind of go into this. And this is really just, you're not going to hear about this in any other course, or any course, really. This is stuff that I believe, and I'm a big believer in, that you create your own reality, that your mindset, and there's actually scientific quantum physics that go behind this, that your thought enters. The universe cannot exist without thought. And if you guys are ever heard about law of attraction, that the whole universe is energy, and I kind of use that. And by the way, I did not, when I started winning at this type of stuff, I didn't know this stuff at the beginning, and then you kind of figure it out and you learn oh, this makes sense. But I want to give you guys a little bit of the story, a little bit about my background. So when I used to go to live in Santa Barbara, going to school, and I would go to Vegas a lot. My family doesn't watch this, and but in a good way. 95% of the time, I'd always leave Vegas with more money than I entered with. It's true. I mean, I was, honestly, I wasn't winning huge amounts, but I'd always leave with more. There were some times where I'd get free, hey, the winnings would pay for my vacations or the next 5 vacations by themselves. It was pretty amazing. And I believe that was really about your mindset, right? And a lot of it has to do with not being afraid to lose. And you have to have that winner's mindset of expecting to win, and that's a big thing to have. So let's talk a little bit about some of the mindsets that I go into when I go to horse betting or any type of betting scenario. Really, you can use this anywhere. Number one is for horse betting specifically, I make the best decisions and I pick winners. Okay, having that mentality and that foundation is a really big, and you got to have it with more of a commandment confidence that you're just like, hey, I pick winners. I know I do. Okay. And the more success you have doing this and learning it, really the strategies that go involved, it's going to give you the confidence. And the confidence is success builds confidence, and confidence, creates activity. Activity creates habits, and those habits become more success, and it keeps that cycle going. So you want to have that foundation of that you believe that you pick winners. Next thing is that I am lucky. You got to believe that you are lucky, okay? And the easiest way you can do that is waking up with that feeling that I am lucky. And I know this is getting an esoteric thing, but this is true. Where your feelings, if you bring them out, they're going to come back to you in circumstances, events, and situations. So having that feeling that I am lucky, and that's what's happened. So when I was in Vegas, there was this. I'll give you a few scenarios where this happened. One, a bunch of them. There was this one time where I kept just feeling like, I'm on cloud 9 and I'm just feeling lucky. And I went downstairs. And a good key thing, by the way, is to go when nobody else is there, because there's not a lot of many distractions. And my girlfriend at the time, we went and we were hitting the slot machines, and I won 9 out of 10 slot machines. How ridiculous is that? That never happens. And it was really just that feeling that you're like, I'm on that winning streak. Remember how you talk about the winning streak? That's the kind of streak you want to have in that mentality, not when you start to win, but before you start to win, okay? Have that mentality as you're going down to actually try it out, okay? That I'm lucky, it's all going to go great. And I'll let you guys know that this kind of works itself out, where there's this one time I went on a trip to Vegas, and, we didn't go with the best group. And the group, I was with a larger group, and the group even said at the end of it, we all parted ways into 5 different cars. And in my car, we were like, is it just me, or was that trip not as fun as we usually do? And we're like, yeah, it wasn't. So we decided, and this was the time when I was leaving Vegas with less money, and I was thinking that's not my usual thing. That's not usually happens. And we were like, do you guys want to stay? Just the four of us. We'll stay. We'll stick around. And we did. We stayed. It was like, we stayed for 4 days, and then this day, just our group, we stayed for one last like couple hours. We went to the Palms, and I remember that it was the quickest way that I turned around, where we were playing War. That is a quick thing where you're basically just doing the high card, right? And I think I won something ridiculous. Like it was like 25 hands in a row, which is mathematically improbable, right? But I do believe that if you feel lucky, those circumstances will erupt for you. But you gotta really feel it, and it has to be in harmony with who you are, okay? The next thing, and I think the most important thing, so, take it or leave it, this can only help your game, guys, okay? I don't know if it's too esoteric for you, but it's something that I think works for me, and just want to pass that info along. The third mindset I think you should have is, hey, I win great, but if I don't win, it's no big deal. You have a stop loss, okay? That's the big thing. If you don't know what stop loss is in the stocks community, which I'm getting more and more into as I'm making this, you have a stop loss. What is your walk away amount, right? And that was true when I was in Vegas. I had a walk away amount. If I lost, I'm not going to say the numbers, but if I lost a certain amount, that's it. We're done. We're not going to be crazy gamblers. We're not going to just like, oh, one more. Yeah. So we had a walk away amount, and that was okay to do. So you got to have that thing also with horse betting, I believe, that you have a walk away amount, or else you're just throwing away. So I believe that you need to have a strategy going into this thing. I think that that's a big thing. And that is honestly like 80% is like knowing that probability, the strategy, and we definitely teach that, and we definitely recommend the links below in our description so you can check out what we have available so you can learn those ways as well. But 20% is also your gut intake, right? And it's gonna and if you learn those mindsets too, it's gonna become a lot more natural, and you're gonna get rid of that fear. And guess what? Things are gonna start. You're gonna get more opportunities that way. So that's a big thing that I recommend. Is having that no big deal mentality. Hey, if I don't win, it's no big deal. And stock traders do the same thing. You can't win every time, right? But you're going to win the majority of the time if you have the right strategy. So you're not going to win every day. You're not going to lose every day. But over the course of a career, you're going to make a fortune. And that's the big thing. That's the whole point, is over time. A lot of people think of that one day. You know what? When I put my bankroll in, that's it. That's money I'm investing to make it bigger, okay? And I know it's like a healthy stock chart. It's going to go up. So having that confidence, expecting it to go up, feeling lucky, having that mindset that it's no big deal if I lose today, okay? Because I know over the long run, it's going to go up. Those are very key mentalities I think you need to have when going into this, and especially learning new betting strategies. So I hope that was helpful. I know I went way longer, as I usually do on these videos, because I'm just a chatterbox. But definitely check out, some of the systems that we have, because I think having a strategy, and the course below, I think some of the courses that we use to make money in other ways, but you like learning body language of the parade and the paddock. Knowing the histories, knowing the times are really, really important tips and tricks, and we teach you exactly how to do that below. So, guys, have a good time. Use those mindsets, and it's not just in horse betting. This can be used in any type of betting, but most of all, you can use it in life. And having that positive mentality is going to carry you far, okay? Having that no fear mentality, that confidence that you're going to win will carry you to amazing places. Trust me on that. All right. I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Have a good one, okay? Cheers.